Dr. Nasir, you are hearing that ceasefire negotiations, withdrawal negotiations, hostages exchanges negotiations are going on between Israel and Hamas. Hamas responded a little, but they need some corrections on 20 points given by the United States President Donald Trump. What is your observation according to your experience observing so many negotiations, points, bargainings, and finally come to a decision? What you see the prospect of this 20 points negotiation, Israel versus Hamas?
Thank you, Kanchan, and warm greetings to my dear viewers. As rightly you have pointed out at the very beginning that it's already 2 years gone that people are dying in Gaza mercilessly, and whole world could not do anything. And in the latest move in the UN, when almost the whole world was in one side only, and they walked out of the General Assembly Hall, only Netanyahu could speak to very few of them, and unfortunately there was 2 Arab nations countries, those who signed the Abraham Accord, and that thereby the last chance of negotiation or establishing peace by international community probably missed out with that walkout of the from the General Assembly Hall. In exchange, we found that Donald Trump, who apparently now has given a open challenge to the whole world that only he can bring peace to the international conflicts and everywhere. If you can remember, before his election he said he needs 24 hours time to stop the Ukraine and Russian war, and same is the tone he has till now for the Gaza as well. He has given his 20 points. But unfortunately, if you narrate that these are, to me, these are not very practical and very realistic. Maybe it will make some sense to immediately stop the war for time being and get some reinforcement in terms of food, medicine and other humanitarian aids. Maybe Hamas will agree to that. But again question comes, who is Hamas? Who has created Hamas? Why suddenly 2 years back they have attacked in that way, with what understanding? They were not aware of their capabilities, they are not aware of the reaction likely to be taken by Netanyahu. So everything, if you count in one series, you will find this particular negotiations, maybe Hamas will accept it, but it's a makeshift arrangement from the Donald Trump side. Donald Trump is also in crisis in his own country as well. So how long he can afford to support such? He said he will be the chief administrator of that particular land, which is absurd. You cannot, if you talk about the model of East India Company, a viceroy will come and administer some other land. This is not a very practical idea in today's scenario. So he is thinking of becoming a viceroy or deputing a viceroy in Gaza on his behalf, who will administer the Gaza land. But practically it is not possible, it is not feasible. Again, this unrest will continue, but unfortunately there is no hope of peace right at this moment to me.
How should Israel, regional states and international actors legally manage or respond to such efforts? Can anyone, any negotiation country make bound Israel and Hamas to come for a negotiation table and to sign the deal to go for a ceasefire?
As per the international norms, a third party cannot do it. They can only negotiate. They can only negotiate. You know that Qatar is famous for international negotiation nowadays, and Doha has been renowned for the international peace talks, different issues. And as we discussed today, discussion is going on at Doha as well. So this is another way of discussion and doing something. But if you talk for about the forceful enforcement of some negotiation or deal or a decision, it has to come through United Nations. United Nations has a system of peace establishment and peace enforcement, which happened in Burundi, which happened in some of the African countries. Nobody was agreeing, so United Nations had to they pass the special that they call it some clause. So, under that particular clause, peacekeepers are allowed to use gunship, use fire at sight. They can enforce anything they want, and after that they can bound someone to sign or to leave the area or to make a distance, so that peace is established. Since there is no initiative, or initiative from the UN has failed miserably, and Arab nations could not sit, the YC could not give any solution, and Netanyahu single head is now dominating the entire world. And not only he has taken the strike on Israel, you see the country like Qatar, which is very close allied to USA, we say, and there is a strong base in USA, that has also come under Israeli attack. And within the month of September, 6 Arab countries were under attack from the Israeli side. So, such a country, if you talk about can anyone force him to do, no, it cannot force him. Yes, it is only USA which can force, but we have clearly understood the USA is never going to force Netanyahu or the Israel against the interest of the USA, and US interest is always to keep the Jews pleased.
Can humanitarian imperatives override security justifications, and where is the line has been drawn?
Okay, the term humanitarian or the humanity probably is not in vogue in the dictionary of Israel or Netanyahu. If it could happen, you see the Turkish president in the United States and other international forums, he has shown a picture of a small baby, just only the bones are there with the heart, nothing else in the body. And he clearly said, we are parents, we are grandfathers, grandmothers. How can we tolerate this sort of scenario in a country of 2025? But unfortunately, there was no response. And in the latest flotilla Samud, you see more than 45 countries, including one proud Bangladeshi activist,
yes,
they have moved towards Gaza. And what was the response? They have arrested all these activists, and they were, as the news come, they were tortured, they were humiliated, and the France, the humanitarian aid workers, 7 of them, and those who are the leftist politician leaders, they have gone for a hunger strike as a protest to others. So, I think that humanitarian aid or humanitarian activities in Gaza definitely will be established. The whole world cannot be blind like that, but at the cost of something very severe.
I appreciate you, sir. As a foreigner, as an outsider of United States, we are not the expert of United States constitution and political norms and cultures, but as United States is world's most powerful country, we have some keen interest to read and go through it. Sir, how will foreign governments and investors interpret a broken United States government in terms of reliability and leadership?
Okay. Internationally, the USA is always a very attractive place in different dimensions, especially the strength of the dollar itself, their currency, attracts many of the investors and business community to invest towards USA and make business relation with them. But unfortunately, with the recent development in the USA, especially this shutdown which has been, this is for last 7 days shutdown has executed, but in the month of September there was a clear indication, and there had been warning given by the workers that they need, that they call it the gap, financing the gap. The moment their dues, their facilities do not match with the strength of the economy, thereby some steps are being taken by the administration. It happened in the past also, and whenever there is a accommodation of some fund, the workers are paid back for their absent period or the strike period or for their any gap in between regarding their facilities. But unfortunately, all on a sudden, this particular administration of Donald Trump, they declared that there won't be any funding for the workers if they are not going for the work, and the other facilities also were cut down, and there was a clear indication they are not going to be paid back, which was a normal system in the USA. And again, some of the, there are several states. In terms of the political identity of the state government, the policy was somehow tilted towards some of the states. That also again ignited some unrest. And overall, the USA policy now towards the international community, their ambition to capture some other country, their struggle with the China, and the rare earth, which is a very attractive item for USA. China has stopped given 7 of the very rich minerals to USA, and now the USA is looking for its alternative, not finding. So definitely this also not only the strike, the other policies of the USA will discourage the international investments towards USA.
Yes, United States.
Again, another point, that currency, as strong currency like the dollar, it is also gradually losing its strength, and other currencies are taking place, and especially the digital transactions, bitcoins and other issues are coming up, which is a challenge to the US currency as well. So internationally, this will be a challenging situation.
Very well explained, gentlemen. I really appreciate you.